What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Just wanted to hop on here quick as Kayvon Thibodeaux just gave some bulletin board material to Justin Fields and the New York Jets. Now, I get it, it's a preseason game, and in the grand scheme of things, does this game matter? No, it's about evaluation for the New York Jets. That's what the preseason's all about. But Kayvon Thibodeaux kind of went out of his way to throw some shade at Justin Fields. So Giants edge rusher Kayvon Thibodeaux was asked for his evaluation of Justin Fields as a quarterback after 2 days of practice against the Jets. Thibodeaux says he honestly can't give one because Fields had to spend so much time running and scrambling away from the Giants' pass rush. This is interesting. I was at joint practice on Tuesday. It wasn't in the building on Wednesday as that was at Giants camp, but I can tell you this. I noticed Brian Burns. I noticed Abdul Carter. I sure as shit didn't notice KT at camp on Tuesday. Lofi was doing a pretty damn good job of containing Kayvon Thibodeaux on the left side of the offensive line. Now, you want to talk about Brian Burns against Armand Membu? Yeah, Burns got him a few times on Tuesday from what I saw. You also had an unbelievable move from Abdul Carter, and he got some pressure on Tuesday as well. And, you know, you could probably say by looking at or following along with all of the reports from camp the last couple days, it was an up and down 2 days really for Justin Fields. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't amazing. There were some nice moments and there were some moments where the offense struggled a little bit. But, you know, it's so easy to avoid giving another team bulletin board material. I don't know why these guys go out there and do this, especially for someone like Kayvon Thibodeaux. He was 47th in the NFL in pressures last year with 38, according to PFF. His teammate, Brian Burns, 13th, the same as Will McDonald, 13th in the NFL with 61 pressures. Kayvon Thibodeaux doesn't have a leg to stand on here. Right? I mean, he had a good year a couple of years ago, but through 3 years in the NFL, he's been a little underwhelming for a 5th overall pick. Maybe he's salty that the Jets didn't take him 4th overall, and they took Sauce Gardner instead, who was a 2-time All-Pro on the defensive side of the ball. KT hasn't come close to that yet at this point in his career. And if he did, the Giants probably wouldn't have spent the top pick on Abdul Carter, who is another pass rusher. They probably wouldn't have traded for Brian Burns if they didn't feel the need to, because Kayvon Thibodeaux hasn't been living up to the expectation. This is the same guy who jumped off sides against the Jets and helped them come back and win a game because of that penalty. Did he have a big game against the Jets? Yeah, he had, I believe, 2 or 3 sacks in that game going up against Mekhi Becton, but times are a-changing. Lofi is a little different at left tackle than Mekhi Becton. It would have been just so easy to go, yeah, I mean, practicing against Justin Fields, he's a guy that uses his legs to his advantage. It's, you know, it's always a challenge on our defense and, you know, this or that. There's ways to go about it without saying like, hey, the guy stinks or the guy's awesome. Like you could just, I don't know, be normal. Like we've heard a million of those canned answers before in the past, but instead Kayvon Thibodeaux goes, you know what? I can't evaluate him because he was running around too much from our defense. Dude, shut the fuck up, man. Honestly, geez. I'm sure Justin Fields is going to take the high road on this if and when he's asked about it. He's a much more mellow guy. He doesn't really give you anything in press conferences, but I hope he goes out and has a really good performance against the Giants, and I hope Kayvon Thibodeaux is walking away with no pressures, no sacks, and not really much going on. The Giants' defensive line is really good. I'm not taking anything away from their line, but sometimes it's okay to pay respects to a player on an opposing team. Not everything has to be a shot or a dig. That's all. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe here if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.